Hey, I'm back. Oh my god, spluttering straight away. so, we're going to start now. We're going to have a look what we start the game with. And we're going to get the ball rolling. We're going to start doing a bit of basic farming. Make a bit of a plan, see what we're going to do. So, what we was driving around in the last episode was this Zeta Major 80. As you can see, it's at this point we're all Giants models, so they've done a reasonable job. The dirt maps are pretty good on them. You know, you got all the little filters there, you got a cut-off point, the hydraulic pipes running down for the front arms, a clevis on the front. We start with this little drill with no cultivation capability, so it's just a direct drill. I think it's about 3 meters, something like that. We start with this farm tech trailer. I'm not sure what the capacity is. We'll have a look shortly when we jump in it. I think you can hook these together. There's a clevis on the back there, sheet. So we've got a cultivator here. Was it Kverneland Qualidisc Farmer 3000? That's actually a really nice model. I like that a lot. Some lights on the back there. Then we've got the Zeta Crystal 12,045. You've got a clevis on the front, but no ability to add weights. Some old style lights there. A big pot on the top. It's just basic on the back. So we've got the arms, then we've got the towing points. Can't actually see any hydraulic inlets, but there should be some, I suppose. I suppose those on the top, behind the top link there, I suppose they represent those. The engine's a bit basic. Yeah, the whole tractor's a little bit basic. So in the cab, what have we got? Yeah, somewhere to put your flask there, lovely, beautiful. That's the main thing. So you got the little door levers there. The textures aren't really anything to sing about. A couple of fasteners there to open the window. We've got the hydraulic controls here. The gear stick in the middle. It's kind of set up like an old Massey, isn't it? A 135 or something like that. Just different shell round it, I suppose. Some mirrors. We've got a cap on the top of the pot. We've got a slow and a fast. I presume that's the gear range. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the dials actually really remind me of a Massey 135 actually. And then we've got the combine harvester, which is again a new addition. It's the Rostelmash Acros 595 Plus, and they've actually done a really nice job of this. And the Powerstream 700, which is I think you can buy 2 headers, and they're both actually. This is the smaller combine of the 2 Rostelmash they've put in this, in the gold edition, and this is the smaller of the 2, but you can actually fit the bigger header on it as well, and you've got just about enough room to unload it as well, because the pipe's not the biggest. Right. We're actually going to set this going, so we'll attach that, we'll unfold, just to show you how small the pipe is. So you can imagine when your header's sort of out here, it's quite tight, but you can just do it, you can just about do it. Like I say, if we zoom in, there's a lot of detail, they've done a really nice job. So you've got air filters, oil filters, pulleys, swinging arms, belts, there's all sorts. Little fire extinguisher on the top. There's me in my checkered shirt, a fire extinguisher on the front. Right, so in the cab, the steering wheel moves but the joystick doesn't, which there's quite a few mods now which have got moving parts inside the cab, and I think it's something that Giants should be implementing. Maybe we'll see it in the next edition of Farming Simulator, the desktop one, maybe, I don't know. It's got interior lights, aircon, we've got a few switches up the top. We've got the grain tank behind us. They've done a nice job on modelling all that. Some switches, I mean it looks nice, doesn't it? Some nice textures on the seats. There's a little bit of animation on the screen, but nothing useful. I mean, I've always... I don't know. Let's start it off and I'll start talking. I'm going to put this in... I'm going to put the auto combine on. I'll put it in a circle for the first time actually. When that starts up, it reminds me of, you ever watch Alien, the film, and the doors open? It's the sound that reminds me of. Turn that off. So, the animations are real nice. I'm pretty sure all the textures on this are actually all original Giants. I'm pretty sure. So that's nice. We've got the tank filling up there. I'm pretty sure I haven't got any grass textures or soil textures or anything like that. So I'll do then. I'll jump out. I'll go and get a trailer ready. I actually really like the auto combine, it's good. What I do like to do though is... What I do like to do, if I'm on my own and I'm using courseplay, I like to do everything with courseplay, so I'll set up a course for the combine with its proper width, maybe slightly narrower than it actually is. Oh, pardon me. And then we've got something then for either the chopper or the baler or wherever to follow them. And of course you've got the bale stackers as well. Everything can then follow the course and it makes life quite a lot easier. Like I said, the textures are actually really nice anyway, so... They're still flat objects. I mean, I don't know what sort of computing power we're going to need to start rendering things like this a bit better, but as you say, I mean, I don't know, you can tell, but I suppose because I'm recording, I'm dropping a couple of frames here and there, nothing major. My computer specs are, I've got a 980 graphics card, I've got my chip is an old i7. I upgraded to Windows 10 and I'm at the point now where my motherboard it's not supported in Windows 10, so I'm getting a few errors here and there, and probably nothing's working probably as well as it should be, but it seems alright, to be fair. I mean, as much as a fan as I was of Windows 7, I just kind of got the bugs and I thought, oh, let's give Windows 10 a try, and of course once you've installed it you can't go back these days. So we'll put the trailer on this. Yeah, and my chips, it's the second generation i7, but it's running at, I can't remember whether it's 4.6 or 4.7, but it's got quite a high overclock on it. When I first had it, I had an air cooler on it, and I've slowly upgraded everything. I've put SSDs in it. A lot of what I do is with Photoshop, so I've got dedicated SSDs for Photoshop, and I've got obviously an SSD for the operating system and all that sort of stuff. 16 gig of RAM, which I actually about 6 months ago now, I suppose. When I bought the motherboard, the processor, the cooler at the time, and the RAM as a bundle like overclock package. And it's lasted well, to be fair, but the RAM now, I was playing something and all of a sudden the computer sort of crashed. I think it blue screened and crashed, and I couldn't get it restarted, and obviously I went and had a look, and I opened it up, and the one RAM was actually, how it hadn't actually melted into the slot. It was that hot. I actually couldn't touch it with my bare hand. I think I had to go and grab a towel and try and pull it out the slot. It was ridiculously hot. So I don't know, I suppose 4 or 5 years, I suppose the RAM and the motherboard are, so maybe that, but I suppose it's had a hard life. It's done a lot of video rendering, a lot of Photoshop, which isn't really that RAM intensive, to be fair, but especially not these days when you start putting SSDs in. I need to take this sheet off. You can start using those in the same way that you'd use RAM, I suppose. They're not too far off. Hopefully this year I'm going to build a new computer anyway, and I've got my eye on the Intel 750 series, the PCIe SSDs. So we shall see. We're nearly into the new year now, so my plan was sort of in a couple of months. Let's see if I've got the money. Why am I talking about computers? I don't know. So really, I suppose there was no point in getting him to put stripes down, putting the swaths down, because we've got nothing to pick the bales up, have we? Or I'm going. Let's see how much money I've got. 161. So he's worth 26. So that's probably what, 32 grand if we take it to the 20%, which will take us to roughly 190. And we need 230 for the machine, for the normal chopper. 230 plus 11, so 240. I've never actually used that header. Now I'm looking at it. I'm assuming that's the header that you can make whole crop silage with, and that's for the maize, or what do they call it on here? Corn, isn't it? So that's the corn header. That's a corn header. That's for the combine, though, isn't it? That's the one I've got. That's the bigger one. It's 2 meters bigger. The only problem with the headers for the new combine is I can't get them. You can get them on the these. Oh, I can't remember whether these come with the game, and these aren't mods. Yeah. I've tried all of the headers, and you can put the header on, but it hooks itself, and you can't get it off, which is an absolute pain. So you've kind of got to put it down a bit of a bank somewhere and try and get it that way. But luckily with this map, there's plenty of room. You can nip across fields, and all of the roads are nice wide roads. But if you're playing on, we're playing on We're playing a multiplayer game on the Chellington Extended at the moment, and the map is so tight. The roads are just like English back roads. They're terrible. So when you've got a combine, you've got to have a header trailer to move the header with it. I mean, sometimes it's even a pain to move the thing with the on the combine. It's easier to put the header trailer on a tractor and do it that way. But enough about that. So, what do we need to do? I'm assuming. So we start off. We've got two fields. We've got this field and that one over there. So we've got 19 and 14. If you can see on the map where my green arrow is, by the two pools there. I think this one's drilled, but 14 isn't. I'm just going to run across and see if it's been cultivated. I think generally everything starts off cultivated, doesn't it? So if that's the case, maybe I can go and put that little drill. Yeah, that's cultivated. I wonder, actually thinking about it, I wonder if that's what I should spend some money on straight off the bat. Is buy a big drill. Because even that old Zeta there, I think that's 120 horsepower, but it'll still pull. A lot of things have no trouble pulling the Vadestad Rapid. So I might just get that. So that's root. That's yeah. It's a road drill, isn't it? That, so you've got the corn and you've got the sugar beet. We're not going to be able to pull that, and to be fair, we've only got two fields, so there isn't that much of a rush. But I think if we sell that little one over there and we buy this Rapid, I think that kind of puts us. Yeah, I'm going to buy that. And really now, are we going to grow some maize? We could do with growing some maize. Let's think about this. We can buy the tractor-mounted maize harvester, can't we? The Pottinger MEX5 for 38,000. So if we were to grow a field, we need 12%, don't we, in the clamp before we can sheet it up. So we need 12%, but we also need a tractor that can take a front loader. Which one have we got? We've got the Major 80, haven't we? So we can either. So that, if we were to buy that tractor and the maize header, we're already up to 100,000. Plus, we'd need to buy a cheap drill, wouldn't we? So, would you believe it? The Major 80 can't take a front loader. The next one can. The Proxima Power 120. They're actually nice looking tractors, these new Zetas. Oh, so I finally bought the JCP DLC this month. The winter sale on Steam. I think I bought the DLC for £3, I think it was. So you can't buy that, can you, to be fair? I mean, not that it was really expensive initially, but it's not really been. Probably about 6 months is when I really started getting into like mods and things like that, trying to expand the game a bit for myself and get a bit more out of it, and that side of it is absolutely fantastic, I think. Can we I don't know what's that? Clover? What's that? Lucerne, is it? They're off another map. Add-ons. So I'm going to sell this drill. Yes, I've only really been into mods 6 or so months, I suppose. And they're really good. Some of them are terrible, but people do try at least, you know. But things like, I mean, I tried the drive control. I tried that on single player and I just couldn't get on with it. It's got some nice features on it, but some of them are just so annoying. Like, it sounds silly, but I don't actually. I thought I'd like having to start the tractor and leaving it running and all that sort of thing, but after a while of playing with it was kind of doing my head in a bit, so I don't know. But I do like the chase mode where it sets the speed to run up the side of the combine. I thought that was quite nifty. Maybe actually, I just had a thought actually. We start with some grain in the bins, don't we? Yeah, we'll sell that. 'Cause we've got a big one there. We start with some grain in the bins. So if I start selling some of that, we've got a fair bit really. So if I sell as much of that as I can, we can't pick up the sugar beet. Can't pick up the wood chips. But everything else, like the wheat, the barley, canola, I'll call that oilseed rape, corn, they can all go to their respective trains and we can get some reasonable money for them. Because it's on easy mode as well, we've got £2,000 a tonne for wood chips. So I'll just briefly talk over some of the mods I'm running, or will be running. So down the bottom right we've got the biogas silage meter. I can't remember what it's actually called. It's the BGA meter or something. And it tells you how much in litres and the percentage that each silo's full, which is quite nifty to be fair. Because when I'm using courseplay, you leave the computer to it, don't you? Unless you get the error message that one of your tractors collided or slipping or something, you kind of leave it to it. And it's just an easy thing just to keep check, and you think, well, when that one's full, maybe they fill the two, and then you've got to change the course and put them to fill in another couple of silos or something. Like I said in the first video there, I always fill 2 silos per trip, so I try and leave the middle one empty. So the middle one is just the turning area for the forklift or whatnot. So up the top left we've got the information mod, which is a similar thing. It's just a handy little tool. I'll put this down by the seat. It's just a handy little tool there. We can glance and see how full the drills are. We can glance and see how full the combine harvester is. When things start getting low or full, they obviously change colour. So you'll see the across. He's still going, isn't he? You'll see when he gets to 80%, that'll go yellow. And I think the star means he's working, and you get a little exclamation mark on the left side for if the beacons are on, so it's just another way of saying he's full, isn't it? what I'll do then, I'll drill 14. I'll drill 14 the week this time. Or shall I drill them both? So one of the really annoying things with the Xbox 360 pad is the D-pad isn't very good. So when you're pressing back, it's got a tendency to flip between the tracks. It's just kind of sensitive, and it annoys me because I like to sit back and relax when I'm sort of playing with this. I don't like to use the mouse and keyboard so much. But the time's like now, so get back to the mods. I've got the GPS mod installed, which I'm actually going to use now. If I turn it on. If you don't know how to use it and you need me to talk through it, I can do, not a problem. I've only been using it myself about 2 weeks now, I think, but 2 weeks is enough to sort of get to grips with it. I don't normally have the lines or anything on, but for this field I think I will. So I'm not steering it at all, obviously it's GPS, let the GPS do it. And you can put it on auto turn, so when you get to the end of the field it'll turn and it'll go back up a different lane, but because this field's an odd shape on the other end, it doesn't work as well as it normally. If you're on a square field it'll work pretty much flawlessly, but if you put it on a weird shaped field like this, it doesn't really matter. So what have I done here? Was there a bit of the offset on it? It's amateur day on the farm, isn't it? Right, he said it now. Generally, once you've done it once as well, you kind of get your head around it. So that was it. I forget what. 6 meters. Whereas this is picking it up as 6.6. That was probably where the problem was. Like I say, I like to do this. You got the 2 modes. That one, all the lines lift up so you can see them on top of a mature crop. I like to run it like this. I'll turn that off and just leave it like that, so basically I know when I'm connected to the satellite. Really is amateur day, isn't it? Let's have a swig or two. So I'm probably not going to do a lot of actual field work. What's going on there? So I'm probably not going to do a lot of field work on these Let's Plays. I might be a little more skippy around and how I tend to play the game. I tend to do it. I tend to micromanage more than actually do the work myself anyway. So that'll probably suit my style more than. But being as we're low on money, we're trying to get a bit of money, and for the purpose of. Hang on. Let me just narrow this. Turn my lines back on so we can see what's happening. That's the problem with using the auto detect. I mean, it's the same with the course play sometimes, that you actually leave a lot of things because it's not picking up the size of the implement properly. So the combine's finished. So what I'll do, I'll finish drilling this field out, and we'll start taking some grain to store. And hopefully we can start getting into some. We'll start getting into some maize. We can start making some chaff, and we can start filling the biogas up there and make us some easy money. Haven't decided yet whether to get any animals or not. Generally I don't, but maybe let's see what people want to say. Right, that'll do it for this field. Turn the GPS off. Keep turning I keep knocking my little volume box in my elbow. Turning my headset up. I haven't got the drive control, so I'm not ruining any crops by driving across it. Which is actually something I did like about that, to be fair. I'll just drop this here for the moment. I'm in two minds whether to sell this tractor, to be honest. He's pretty good, to be fair, when you start off. I'd say he pulls that drill pretty well. I think this one, there's no real hill on it, is there? So I'll link to the combine anyway. I suppose actually if I move these boys out the way, I can get that Zeta and hire a worker and I can get him to drill the field. And I can well, I can either buy a bigger trailer or I can buy a second trailer that will hook on the back of here. I can start moving a lot of the grain. So we really need to sort of get our hands on the tractor with the front loader. I can't work out in my mind if it's worth getting the little New Holland or just saving up and straight buying the 160. Or even the Zeta. The Zeta's cheaper. The Zeta's 98,000. I shall see. I'm not going to courseplay this, I'm just going to use a regular worker. There's nothing we can do about the straw. I probably should have chopped it, but it doesn't matter. Our worker will get it sorted. Yeah, wheat. We'll go for some wheat. Okay, off he goes. Top this trailer up under here. There we go. So what have we got? Got a 15,000 litre trailer. So for the most part I'll empty all of those with one trailer each. I'll probably take one of each, then I'll come back, I'll get another wheat, a barley, and we'll do one of each. And see what money we've got. So I was going to take this to the train, to the freight. Let's sort of see. I don't think I'm definitely not taking it to the village. I'm going to take it to the train and see. So what I'll do then, I'll take this one and I'll probably knock the video off, and I'll come back when we've got some money in the bank for our next piece of equipment. So it's going with this. I mean, it can't even come. Look at this. Can't even get up the hill. So it's probably going to take me half an hour to empty. Was it 5, 6, 7 trailer loads? Even if it is only to the bakery, which is just across the field. Just there. We'll be a bit naughty and just nip across the fields. There's a really weird dip here as well. That dip there. you're being a bit silly and getting a bit too close to the water, you just want to look at this. What's 15,000 litres in ton? Is it about 8 ton, is it? 6 ton? I'm pretty sure that sort of weight wouldn't slow an 80 horsepower tractor down that much. And don't get me wrong, it'd kill it, but it wouldn't take it all the way down to 4 miles an hour. Oh, hang on. I've brought this to the bakery. It's going to take it to the freight yard, wasn't it? I'll empty this one here. Or at least we'll get an idea what we're going to get for a trailer then. £20,500. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trailers. So another 120, 250. Right then, I'll knock off the video and then when I come back we'll have some more money. We can start making. We'll do a Bob Ross and we'll make some big decisions.